Hi guys, today I'll be doing a makeup review on how to apply eyeshadow using Revlon Color Stay in Enchanted 550. Oops, sorry. Meet my model, Alicia. So I'll be using a sponge, oh thank you, a sponge applicator brush because it's nighttime and she wants a more defined look. For starters, I'll be using an eyeshadow base. This is from MAC though, and this is just mine. But I'm going to apply it generously over her eyelid. Close your eyes. Using your hands is actually better for this because the color comes out better actually, and the application actually comes out nicer as well. So makeup base is eyeshadow base is actually good to get your colors to pop out better and also for your makeup to stay longer. It's like a primer. So I have already finished applying both of her eyelids. Please don't frown. When you apply it, you just avoid the brow bone. It's better that way. So for starters, I will actually go over the whole of her eyelid using this champagne color first, and then I will do the outer half with this very deep green. It's actually an emerald green, almost grey actually, and then I will blend the two colors using this color here. So,
are you going to do like smoky?
Yes, wasn't that what you asked?
I did ask.
So just apply generously over the whole lid, avoiding the brow bone again. After having put a makeup base, actually, right, you want to make sure that you apply your eyeshadow thoroughly to avoid creases and such. Usually before applying eyeshadow, I'll usually pop loose powder under the eyes. So if there's any dust that falls out, you can easily wipe it off. But she already has her powder on. So I'll just do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so we have finished with the first layer. And now I'm going to proceed using this shade. Using the other side of the sponge brush. Do it thoroughly. There, I got the color out. Okay. So, this is how I do it. I will mark half. Like so. If you want a more nighty look, I would say you go for like 3/4 of the eyelid. But usually to play safe, I will go with half. And if daytime, you can just do 1/4 of the corner. And using this brush, what I like about it is that you can easily make a winged corner like that. So it's okay if you go just a bit to the brow bone, but don't go all the way up, because then you'll have trouble removing it or blending it. So for a more darker color, what you do is you just add on more layers to it, like this. See how that wing effect comes out? And I will proceed to do the same on the other side. See how it's exactly half and half? You look like Batman now. And so I've completed half and half. If I want to be mean, I'll tell her that her makeup is done so she can actually go out like this. But anyway, now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use this color using the same brush that I used just now, but some people would prefer to use a new brush. So I would always use the side of the brush that I use the lightest shade on, because if you're going to use a darker one, then you won't really see an effect, because the transition color would be a shade that's in between. So flipping it over from this to this. Wow, the camera actually zoomed. So I'm going to dab this one. So having done that, you'll dab gently over the center mark, like this. See, so slowly it looks blended. It's alright if you actually go more than half, because when that happens, you can always top up the initial color at the corner, like that. Then I'll flip it because I just want a bit darker here. And back to the center shade. Okay, so there is still a bit of transition there. What I'm gonna do is take on the light color that we had initially and just touch up the front. So you can touch it up until a bit halfway, it doesn't matter. Okay. So you see how it's still already blended? And you'll do the same for the other side. If you want brighter in the inner corner of the eyes, then just add on more color. You can go over the transition color that you did, doesn't matter. Because if you do it too much, flip the brush over and dab the darker shade at the corner here. So it comes up like so. There. Okay, so this is how it looks like after all the blending. Now what you want to do is there's two ways. You can either use the lighter shade or a matte white or a shimmering white to actually color the brow bone here, under the brow bone here, or because when you do that sometimes it turns out a bit coarse. So what I will do is I'll take just a normal clean brush. You don't need to invest so much in brushes, it can be any kind of brush. And can you see it here? I'm just gonna go over the outer line of what I did to smoothen it out, like so, avoiding the bottom corner so that the winged effect still stays. Okay, so now there it is, and this is before. I'll do it again on this side. And there you have it for nighttime. There, this is how it looks like. Turn this side, please. There you go. So that's it for the tutorial on how to apply your night eyeshadow using Revlon Colorstay Enchanted 550 that's available on the Spendless Cosmetics website. There is actually a guide here for you to follow or not to follow. www.spendlesscosmetics.com.